Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Fearless Marketing for Authors Summit. My name is Tamira Rashid, and I want to welcome Dan Pye. Dan has seen something. From a young age, he had a tough life. Dan's story quite literally goes from rags to wealth. Once a homeless man with nothing but dreams of legacy, now to a six-figure KDP publisher and entrepreneur. After spending his days in a public library, soaking up the knowledge offered by the dusty books in the back, and sleeping in an unregistered car at night, Dan used the free internet at the library to crawl out of a life of cold darkness and into what was to become the legacy he dreamed of during all the cold nights in that beat up old car. Fast forward to 2012, and Dan discovered kindledirectpublishing. He was not an overnight success, but instead struggled for 2 years to put together the perfect strategy. This strategy is what freed Dan from a life of hand to mouth and introduced him to a life full of abundance and gratitude. It is this business model that Dan is going to share with us today. Welcome, Dan Pye.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Super excited to be here.
Super excited to have you. I'm going to go ahead and block myself out and you can take the floor.
Fantastic. Thank you, Tamara. So guys, I am pumped to be able to share with you a little bit about my actual life story, as you've seen in the introduction there that was done so fantastically by Tamara. What I'm going to do today is actually share with you my precise strategy and model that I used with Kindle Direct Publishing all those years ago to really build myself a life of abundance and wealth. And essentially what we're going to be doing is if I was to lose it all today and I had only 30 days to get back on track, this is the system that I would be using. So guys, I hope everyone's excited to see this, and I'm going to flip over to some slides now and do a screen share and just get stuck into it. So let's go. Hey guys, welcome to my presentation titled Rags to Riches in 30 Days. In this presentation, I'll be answering the prompt, if I lost my entire book empire or business suddenly and only had 30 days to rebuild and become profitable, what would I do? But first, I'd like to share a little bit about myself. I have been an entrepreneur for approximately 25 years and working full-time as a self-publisher since 2012. Now, at the age of 38, I am completely financially free and I am enjoying a new life as the KDP professor, teaching others what I know and how to also free themselves from the outdated perceptions of what their life should look like. We do this by using Amazon as an instrument to their liberation. So the short version of the question in front of us is, how can I build a self-publishing business from zero to profitable within 30 days? Well, this is a great question. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the business model that I used to do this the first time and hundreds of times since. So I'm going to break this down into a 4-week process because becoming profitable and building long-term sustainability in a business is not as simple as implementing a strategy. It requires a strong mindset and an even stronger business plan. So in saying that, let's take a look at week 1, mental reprogramming. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, the way you were or you are doing this is not working, right? If it was, you would not have lost your entire business empire in the first place or failed to even build it, depending on where you are in your current journey. So guys, this works in 2 parts. The first is knowledge. When building knowledge, we have 3 steps. The first being business knowledge. So what do I mean by business knowledge? Well guys, this is so important. Over all my years as an entrepreneur, the number one reason I see people failing is not because lack of strategy or mentorship, but lack of understanding on the basic fundamentals that makes a business function. In week 1, I would be deeply familiarizing myself with business concepts, such as the basic legal structures of companies and businesses, tax, and how it all affects you, local and international legal obligations, and most importantly, understanding the exchange of money. Look, you do not need to be an expert in these things. We hire experts to handle this stuff when we reach a certain level of success. However, in the beginning, guys, it's all you. So you must have a basic understanding of these vital functions in entrepreneurship. Otherwise, your foundation will be compromised and the structure you are building is destined to crumble. Now, the second step in this process is productivity. You must streamline and optimize your own professional performance. After all, in the start, you are the business. And if you are functioning poorly, then guys, so is your business. I would look at building things like KPIs or key performance indicators and systems inside of your business. And lastly, strategy, the actionable tasks that make it all function. Now, finally, for the business knowledge portion of this week, we're looking at assets. What I mean by assets in this case is tools, software and hardware that help you make the process smooth and as simple as possible. I would begin with, but not limit myself to, downloading the Pomodoro app, which will literally help you break up your working hours and allow you to switch between focused and diffuse mode, increasing your productivity. I would also be signing up to a free web service called Trello. Here you can outline your strategy, and as you implement it, you can optimize it by removing what is not working and adding in more of what is working. Now we are going to talk about the second portion of week 1, which is self-mastery. It takes much longer than a week to master oneself, but you would be amazed at just how much more confident you can become in your abilities in just a week of implementing the following tips. So first we have routine. Through routine, you are building yourself as the product. If you are not in optimal health or running at high efficiency and steadfast in your own capabilities, then guys, neither is your business. Routine is really simple. You just need discipline. Here is what I would suggest starting out with. Waking up at a particular time every single day. Physically training your body at a certain time every single day. Allocating work time no matter how busy you think you are. Sleeping at a specific time and getting, guys, at minimum 6 hours sleep. Then making a promise to yourself that you will never break. You have to promise that even if your best friend lost their leg, you will not break your routine for anything. It is absolutely non-negotiable. Next up, we have belief. The number one way to build self-belief is through achieving your non-negotiable routine every single day. Do this and you will begin to develop self-belief. The second step to belief is stepping outside of your comfort zone, guys. Growth is only achieved in uncomfortable moments, period. Nobody ever grew as a person or business operator playing it safe. Force yourself to do something uncomfortable every single day. Now, lastly, we have the single thing that ties all of this together, which is consistency. This one is simple, guys. Remain consistent in all of the above. If you do this for the entire month and beyond, then you will achieve growth and success beyond what you could ever currently conceive. Now look, I understand that a week is a short time to develop such a positive attitude towards yourself and your growth. But 1 week down is better than none, right? And this will give you the base to build your new empire off by day 30. Foundation is the most important aspect of life. Think about it, guys. If you were born into a dysfunctional family, the chances are you will become dysfunctional yourself. Well, at least for a portion of your life, right? If you were born into a family where you are encouraged to challenge yourself, build and develop as a person, the chances are you will become highly efficient. Of course, guys, there are exceptions to this, but statistically speaking, what I've just said is highly probable. Okay, let's move into week 2, developing your business model. Now, this is a very important step that most people overlook. They're so eager to start their business. They visit YouTube, learn a small portion of a strategy, and begin to implement it right away. Now, after wasting 3 months of their lives doing this, they usually PM me and ask, Dan, I have published 300 books and no sales. Why? I simply ask them, what is your business model? Give me access to it and I'll tell you why. Never once out of the thousands of PMs that I have received has anyone been able to show me a precise business model. And guys, there lies the reason they have no sales. So how do you create a business model? Well, this is a great question, and I'll tell you how. First, if you have the capability to do so, get yourself a coach that already has a proven business model. Doing this, guys, will essentially render anything I'm about to teach you here today absolutely irrelevant and fast track you into your goals. Building an optimized business model generally takes years. But if you do not have the ability to hire a coach for whatever reason, then there are ways to fast track you into this and get you started quickly and into profit as fast as possible. The first is choose a strategy. So there are many different ways you can go about publishing on KDP. Each have pros and cons, so I'll just name a few. The first one is using a ghostwriter to write books for you. Guys, this can be very costly and requires ongoing marketing. You could also do low and no content books like lined books or puzzle books, but this is a seriously oversaturated market full of low quality books, which makes it extremely hard to make any progress. Or you could write your own books. This strategy is great and very fulfilling, but it does take a lot of time and requires ongoing marketing, just like with ghostwriting. Then guys, lastly is the method that I have used since 2012, which is to publish books that are in the public domain. This strategy has a large barrier to entry, and if you don't know what you are doing, it could be very problematic for you. But in saying that, it requires no cost, and you can publish up to 10 books a day if you have the right systems in place. So guys, for the following examples, I will be referring to the public domain strategy, but what I am about to teach you will work with any of these strategies that I have just mentioned. So now that we have chosen a strategy, the public domain, it's time to move into the next step, which is research intently. What this entails is seriously scouring YouTube, looking for the people in authority, watching their videos, and taking whatever free training they may offer. Guys, you have to search the internet for articles, blog posts, legal websites, and any other resource that you can use to understand what is involved in successfully publishing into your chosen field. Ensure you take detailed step-by-step notes on how to do each micro-strategy you learn during this process, because in the next step we're going to unpack all the bits of knowledge you have just obtained and turn them into your new strategy. In saying that, guys, let's move on to the next step. Structuring your strategy. So, there is a free online tool that I suggest that you use to do this. The tool is called Trello, and it can be found at this link. I'll give you a brief description of what Trello is. Essentially, it's an organizational tool. You can create boards that have steps and notes, along with links and even attach videos to each step. So you can literally link YouTube videos up to particular steps of your strategy and refer back to the content as you implement it. Trello is a simple way to structure your strategy step by step to make it easy to follow, implement, and alter. Now guys, that's it for week 2. Let's move on to week 3. Implementing your business model. Now you should have a solid level of business knowledge, which you have based your foundation off. A pretty decent strategy in Trello, but not a perfect one yet. So now it's time to start implementing your strategy. There is no real secret or slick advice to deliver here. Simply begin publishing your books into KDP, following your new business model like mad. You should do this as fast as possible, but do not sacrifice on quality, guys. Ensure that you publish into as many genres or niches as you possibly can, and do this all week for as many hours as you possibly can. You will see why I say this in week 4. At this stage, it's one of those rare times where quantity matters, because you need the sales, and you need sales fast. Why? Well, because you need data. This will help you to optimize your strategy and also publish according to the data moving forward into week 4 and beyond, guys. In saying that, let's move on to week 4. This week is all about assessing your data and optimizing your business model. Now at this point, you're already in profit. You should be making sales from your week 3 efforts. Yes, they will come that fast if you have followed this advice to the letter. The beauty about this is your very first sale is profit, because there's no cost associated with running the public domain strategy. Well, at least the way I teach it anyway. Thus, you have gone from $0 to turning a profit in less than 30 days, achieving the goal that we originally set out to achieve. However, it does not stop here. Now it is time to optimize your business model and streamline your process so you can grow a larger book empire and become even more successful moving forward. Now, it so happens that you are in luck, as I have a training on precisely how to do this, and today I'm going to give it away to you completely free. Simply go to this link, bit.ly/free-summit-training, and you will get full access to the training for life, guys. So, what's involved in this training? Well, you will learn how to assess your data, make decisions on the direction of your business based off that data, test your products in the market, optimize your listings based off what your customers are telling you, specifically with their wallets, and essentially improve your business model. So, guys, you are in for a real treat. Alright, well, that's it for me today. I truly hope you got some actionable value out of my presentation. Now, if you would like to connect with me, you can do so at our free Facebook group at bit.ly/FacebookGroupFree. And also, guys, please visit my website at www.kdpcashflow.com, where you can find extra information about my coaching program, courses, and much more. Again, guys, thank you for taking the time to watch my presentation, and I'll catch up with you all in the free Facebook group.